Hello, woodchucks and farmers. Welcome back to Oceanside Forest. We are now in the month of June with a healthy bank account of $1.2 million. That's what cutting down about 100 trees will get you. Did pretty well in the rainstorm as we ended last episode. Just sat there, cut down a whole bunch of trees, and we'll be back over there in a little while, and you kind of see how much it's actually cleared out. You can see that I actually have got some gravel down around here where the chicken farm's going to be. Just picking up some little pieces of wood from cutting down with a chainsaw. I think I got most of it all. But yeah, $1.2 million in the bank account. And of course, it's time to spend it probably all again. I think we will anyways. So let's see. Everything is parked here. Yeah, everything. I think everything was all set. I think we're ready to spend some cash here. The sawmill currently is not producing anything. I pretty much just, went from May to June, let the sawmill do its thing, sold everything, and haven't filled it back up. The firewood production is still going. I still think, yeah, we're about half full, and the firewood is piling up. We will sell that, of course, in December. So, yeah, we need chicken. I need at least one chicken barn. We need a silo, a baler, and we're going to be trying some new stuff here in this series, some stuff I've been wanting to get to. We need to go into construction mode. The first thing I want to do is sell this little caravan that we have here, because that is not needed anymore. Let's go ahead and sell that. Alright, don't worry, we'll have a home later on. The silo is actually going to go down here, I do believe. So we're going to scoot on down, and we're buying the one for $500,000. That's 6 million liters that it can hold. See, I'm just trying to figure out how I want to put this in here. I'm not too worried if I block the quote-unquote road going up to... Actually, I don't even know where that road even is right now looking at this. It's got to be over here in this corner. I'm not too concerned about this little path that we made up through there. I don't think that's going to work out too well for us. So we're going to kind of put the silo kind of at a corner here. I think, like, I don't know, like that. I don't know. That looks kind of good, I suppose. So I think this is where we empty, and this is where we fill on up. Our trailers should have no problem getting through here. I'm not going to be getting that big cart that we did on East Violin, because that didn't quite fit out too well. Well, we still have $700,000, so let's put down the first chicken barn. So we are running the enhanced animal mod for this series, and I had to reread it and actually read it in more depth. The one thing I kind of missed was when animals reproduce in the animal enhanced mod, it's not you just get one chicken per chicken, one egg per chicken, or whatever you want to talk about. Well, sorry, yeah, you won't get, when they reproduce, you're not going to get one chicken for every chicken. With chickens, we can get anywhere from 9 to 13 chickens as they reproduce. Holy crap, they're going to reproduce fast. So I did not read that part of it until today. And we have to remember that they can reproduce roosters or hens. And we'll try to sell the roosters, I think. But I think the roosters will still technically produce eggs for us. Kind of weird, I know, but that's the way it is. So this is the good old chicken barn, or large chicken coop that we're doing. They will hold 2,000 chickens per. And I need the coop to face this way because the feed trough will actually be on that side there. Am I standing where it's going to be going? Probably. Give myself some room all the way around it. And we're not going to get ourselves chickens until we have the feed, because without food, their health will be at 0 and they can perish. As for them getting old with the enhanced animal mod, not until they get to be 15 years old. I don't think we'll be here that long. And boop. Well, it sounds like we got chickens in there already. We don't. We definitely don't. So straw will go into here. Yeah, straw. Straw for chickens. They will produce manure. And if we come all the way down to here, this is where, well, it's going to be kind of weird. The eggs spawn on the inside. I did testing. If I bring an autoloader up close to the wall, I can definitely pick up the first row. I didn't spawn enough to see if I'll pick up the second row or how many it can spawn. So if we come into here, we will see. This is where the eggs will spawn, right into here. So, on the other side of the wall, that's where we use the autoloader. If we come into here, of course, this is where the chickens will be. That's where we went on the other side of the door. Kind of an interesting thing. I don't know what really use it has, but if we come over here and hit that button right there, it lifts up the feed buckets for the chickens. I don't know what it really does, but it's kind of interesting that it does that. We'll lower that back on down, so that way when we do have chickens, they can go ahead and have some feed. So you can feed the chickens with this chicken pen a couple different ways. You can come in here and feed them, or I do believe it's this button right here. And boom, it slides on the outside, and now you can feed your chickens out here. This is where our dump body trailer probably won't work because I'm not going to be able to get the dump body in this trigger area. So it's going to be like a need to be a tipper trailer. Actually, I want to leave that feed trough out so I can kind of get a rough idea of where it needs to be. So the next thing we're going to need, not a chainsaw, will be a manure pen. But I don't want to put that down just yet. I want to put down the manure pit to where when I put down enough chicken coops that one pit will collect from many. At least that's my goal. All right, so let's see. We got the silo, which was key. We got the chicken pen. So another thing we're going to need is we're going to need straw. So that means we're going to need a baler. Now, where are the balers here? Balers. Looking right, I'm right on it. There we go. So there's been a mod out for a while. I was going to use it on Hinterland, but they weren't compatible with Maize Plus. And it's the selectable bale capacity mod pack. So basically what it is, and I'm trying to figure out, I think I picked out the Fent. I think we're going to use the Fent. I don't think I've used the Fent baler yet. So basically the bales, sorry, let me go back for a second. Does it show it? So 240 centimeter bales are the biggest that you can get in the base game. These go up to 249. I don't know if they're going to be compatible with the autoloaders. If they are, they are. If they're not, then I can always switch back because we can always sell it. We're going to have plenty of money. But the other thing I did notice, so like if I scroll on back here, so the working speed of this baler is 10. The working speed in the mod pack is 13. Let's look at the Fent here. Of course, we're going to go with Michelin tires, I think. I don't know. We can't change the tire width, and license plate is going to be what it is. That doesn't really matter. Let's go ahead and buy that. And we still got $448,000. Do I want to do this now? Do I want to do this now? Which is sell the John Deere and get ourselves how much is the T8 New Holland tractor? The Genesis? Yeah, I don't think I want the tracked one. If I even got that on here. The Genesis, and of course if I go with the 435, I mean, I can probably just buy it outright now, right? Wheel brain, wheel setup, twin, rear, wide tires with weights. And it's only $337. Maybe I'll keep the John Deere. Maybe we'll keep the John Deere. Let's go ahead and buy that, because why not? All right, let me tab on down, because that's going to help me on out. And the next thing we need to do, because we sold a little caravan, we need to put ourselves another house down. And I've been looking at some farmhouses. Nothing really caught my eye, except for some houses from the Platinum Edition. Because I really didn't use them. And we're going to be using like a little bit of a log cabin, which makes sense because we can make our own little house. Because we got logs everywhere, honestly. This nice little flat spot in here. We'll have to make our home a home later on, but for now I will need a place to kind of sleep, right? And let's see, I think as we know, we got the cash. Why not go with this a little bit bigger of a house than what originally I was looking at? And of course, I think we want the front to face this way. Not into the tree. Don't clip into the tree when I hit this. Here, please. There, now we're down to 16,000. I don't think we can go into these houses at all, which is fine. Not that big of a deal. As long as I can just come down here and sleep, we'll go for it. And if I remember correctly, because I didn't use these when Silver Run was out, I think when the seasons come, we'll get the decorations on it. I'm trying to remember. I think I saw Dagger win when he got the early access to the Platinum Edition, or whatever it was called, when Silver Run came out. Like when fall comes, they had pumpkins out and all that kind of stuff on the deck and stuff like that. We'll have to wait and see. I don't know. But there we go. I just spent over $1 million again. Wait, where's my New Holland T8? There we go. And let's grab the baler. So I don't know how big the bales actually are going to be, or what they do. I hope they hold more liters of straw, so I have less bales. So if I come into here, let's see, change bale size, we're at 240, 181, 241, 242, 244, 249 is the biggest, right? So, yep, go on back to 249. And we'll have to wait and see. Like I said, if the autoloader doesn't pick them up and they're not, that much bigger, I can always just sell this baler and we'll just get the standard baler. But I want to give it a try. It has some good ratings on the Mod Hub, so we'll see how it goes. It does say, though, if you happen to use this mod set, like the standard baling trailers in-game probably won't pick up these bales. They got to be modded for it. But I don't know if the autoloaders are modded for it either, so we're just going to give it a try. Like I said, this series here, we're going to have plenty of money, so that's not going to be an issue. Now, one thing I can do, and I think we are going to do it here, is, because I don't want to deal with it too much, but I think I'll wait just a little bit, is the bark mulch and wood chips. But I got to remember which one. Yeah, bark mulch can only be sold at Billy, right? Yeah, I think that's the only place that can be sold. Wood chips, I can't put that on auto sell, so right now I could get $23,000 for the bark mulch. When is the best time to sell the bark mulch? Because I don't remember. Bark mulch is best in August, so the price keeps going up. So we'll hang on to it for at least another month. But yeah, we are all set. Next time we get some money, start putting down some sheds, of course, and all that. We will get to that eventually at some point. We just spent enough money as it is. Yeah, let's go ahead and get to the month of July. So I'm hoping this field right here, the barley, will be ready for harvest. And then we can get ourselves some chickens. So let's go ahead and go to bed. Sleep till 8. Yes, please. We're still making firewood, though. And the good news is it's not raining. So we're all set there. Is that field ready for harvest? It is. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Exactly what I want to be doing today. So let's go ahead and get set up here. Let's drop off that trailer there. Honestly, I don't even need that. I think we'll be just fine with the other trailer. So we're going to use... Nope, sorry. I need that. I need that for later. Need that for later. Not now. I'm not going to have a worker follow behind me, because it's not going to take us long to harvest this field at all. But today is the day to just finally start getting our chickens. That's all it's about. So yes, starting with 1 rooster, 7 hens. We're going to get the mature ones, so in 2 months they'll reproduce. And yeah, with the enhanced animal mod, we could have a whole bunch of chickens in a couple of days. So the question is now, did I plant enough food for them? Because if they're going to reproduce that fast, yeah, we're going to need a lot of food. Worst comes to worst, we'll sell the chickens as they arrive. And that just means I better get more fields down soon. So as I said, I did cut down about 100 trees or so. And you can kind of see the difference showing up as we come down over here. I have not hired Billy yet. It's time for Billy to show back on up. But now you can see exactly what cutting down about 100 trees will do to a small little area. You would think 100 trees in that small area would not fit, but they did. And that's what we got cleared on out. So if we go into here, and I just show you, we're up over, yeah, I don't remember what we were at. This session here, I've cut down 60. I think the session before I was on, I cut down 50. But either way, we're at 800, so we got to pay Billy his $5,000. And then we got to come in here and remove the stumps. There we go. That'll make picking up the logs in the future a little bit easier. But we'll start clearing that out once again. Definitely, this will be the next field that we make in the fall. And fall's not going to be too far from here, right? I mean, we just went from May all the way to July. Actually, I'm wondering if the combine even needs it. Well, I'll have to unload into the trailer to bring it on down to the chicken farm, but we can hold like 22,000 liters, so let me just park the T8 there. Yeah, so I need to start collecting some more money, start putting down some sheds so I can park these things up. Oh yeah, and someone did mention that I could widen, apparently, the low loaders, which I was unsure of. The ramps I knew I could, but I didn't last time, so I remembered that I could after I got told I could. It's one of those things like, oh yeah, I could have done that. But I think the combine is still going to be too wide for the trailer, but apparently we can widen that out. Now, since we're only going right there, I don't really need to bring the trailer down with us. So we'll just grab the header right here. Alright, and then drop off the back end of that. There we go, perfect. And let's see here. Enable straw swath, if that's what we want to do. And let's put this honeybee header to work. And the new case combine. Oh, that's right. You got to unfold the header. I always forget to do that with a honeybee, don't I? And it's hard to tell if the harvester's unfolded because... Oh, it's going to be unfolded when the ladder is out. Okay, because the grain... what do you call that there? Yeah, where the grain goes. Drawing a blank. But that, you know, usually sometimes closes on most combines. This one doesn't close at all. So yeah, you can see it's going to be 2 passes and we'll be done. And how much grain have we got in the field? Well, we get off what we get off of it. This was a field that we just made at the end of last fall because I wanted to get a crop in, get some farming done. Now the field hasn't been plowed, so that's going to hurt our yield a little bit, but only so much we could have done last year. I mean, technically I could have plowed it when I did it, but I got myself a cultivator to make the field, not a plow. So I'm trying to think what else on the enhanced animal mod I should be going over with you guys that I read earlier. But yeah, after reading I said I knew the animals could reproduce more than one animal at a time, but I didn't know with chickens it was up from 9 to 13. Now it's a 20% chance of those numbers, but minimum, from what I read on the mod, minimum that will reproduce per chicken when they do reproduce is 9. So in a couple months we could have a couple hundred chickens. We're going to need more fields. A lot more fields. But then again, we kind of knew that, but I kind of expected I had some time to get all the fields up and going. Makes me think, because we planted soybeans last time, that maybe I should have planted a cereal crop for the chickens. Around here and we'll get the other swath. I think we'll put that down like right about here. Make sure we don't hit the telephone poles with our header. the last thing we need to do. Yeah, so I'm going to have to cut down some more trees in between episodes again. Get the sawmill up and running so we can get a whole bunch of cash so I can start putting down some sheds for all the equipment that we have. But we got the majority of everything that we needed today, so we can get the chickens started. Not too bad. Haven't been here exactly a year yet. And we got our chickens running in about 10 minutes or so. And if I remember correctly, this chicken coop should hold like 80,000 liters of food, which is pretty darn good, which we're going to need if we got 2,000 chickens in there. And the good thing about chickens is they don't require water, so I don't have to keep topping them off with water ever so often. And I think this will all fit into our grain trailer. Well, harvest is done for the month of July. I mean, that's really not a bad size field. I mean, we did get almost 16,000 liters off it. And having an extra long pipe is coming in handy. That looks like a lot of grain coming out at once. But it's not unloading as fast as it looks. Well, combine worked rather well. Went up that slight little hill with this big of a header, no problem. I wasn't watching the RPM gauge on it to see if we were maxing out at all. The test will really come when we get to the field behind the chicken farm area. So let me lower down the header so it's on the ground a little bit, so not putting too much strain on the combine. So I don't think anything's going into the silo. It'll all be going into the feed trough. But I don't think I can put any food in there until technically we have chickens. But of course, in the future, we'll probably sell this trailer and get ourselves a trailer, a tipper trailer that holds a good amount. I think that 3-in-1 trailer might be our best option. See if it allows me to tip in here with no chickens in the pen. I don't think it will. Actually, it will. All right. So now, if we go to our animals, of course, it's not going to show, so I can't see the stats on it. But I hope when I come up to here, yeah, it does say food, straw, nothing, animals, nothing, and all that. Wait, was it still tipping? That would have been empty by now. And, oh, there we go. Take the rest, please. Alright, let's grab our baling trailer. And we're going to head on down to the store. And we're going to buy ourselves some chickens. I could just go into the chicken coop and buy them that way, but this seems like it was going to be more fun doing it this way. Plus, it'll come in handy when we start putting down more chicken coops and I want to transfer chickens over from one to the other. Plus, we get to use the New Holland T8 coming on down here as well. So what we need to buy is relatively cheap. I think it's $500. It's going to be a little cage for the chickens to go into. And of course, if you may have guessed by now, the cage can hold 8 chickens. So I think it's under animal transport. There we go, $500. Doesn't actually say how many it holds there, but I think it's 8. Oh, good. That looks like it'll strap in, too. Perfect. All right, now let's come over to the animal dealership. And let's see if I'm in the trigger or not. Let's see here. So we got little chicks. We want a male rooster. I didn't know we actually had ducks on this map. That is interesting. Do I have a pen for ducks? I may have to look into that. I don't remember seeing that when I was testing that I had ducks on here. Or is that what I could put into the transportation crate? Well, we're doing chickens anyway, so there's 6 months old. The rooster is the boss of the chicken pen and takes care of your chickens. We need 1. Okay, and then we need 1. We need 7 of these. I'm wondering, can I put the ducks, or do the ducks just go into like a chicken pen? Is that how it works? I don't know. But anyways, I need to stay focused now. We got ourselves our chickens. 1 rooster, 7 hens. Let's go give them a home. Where they can be nice and happy. So also, yeah, I don't think I've touched on, also with the animal enhanced mod, I did forget this, that we can overstuff or overfill the chicken pen. So the chicken pen holds 2,000 chickens. Now we can set up one of 2 ways. If we set it on overfill, it can overfill by 100%, meaning that the coop can actually hold 4,000 chickens, but their health will go down pretty rapidly because it's overfilled. Or we can put it on auto cell, so when the chickens, they will still reproduce when the pen's at its max, and it'll sell the newborns. But unfortunately with chickens are worth $0 when they're newborn. So that, I mean, the only thing that's going to help us do is I don't know. I mean, the only thing we'll do is we won't get no money for them, but I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. See, I think I got to put them, I forgot where they got to go here. Interactive zone markers. It's been a moment. Yeah, right there, right at that door. Like I kind of thought it would. Can we... You might be strapped in on a couple. Let's take all the straps off. There we go. And if I put them here and go to here. Alright, so from the crate. Move to husbandry. Yes. And then move to husbandry. Yes. And we got ourselves some chickens. This, I'll probably just put right here. Makes sense. So there they are. They should be good and happy. And now we should be able to go into our animals. Interactive zone markers back off. Going to animals. And there we go. No eggs yet. Alright, so they will work on it. Let's go ahead and close that door. So I'm going to leave the feed troughs out. That way it'd just be a little bit easier. There's another piece of wood, I guess. Alright, now we'll grab the baler. And then I'll come back for this bale trailer that we have here. And see if the bales will actually go on that. We'll probably have the sheds, or the shed like we had on Hinterland, for storing the straw bales. And I'll probably end up using like the Deutz, the original Deutz that we had here, to bring the bales into the chicken pens to give them straw. And of course the straw is for manure. And as for the manure, I'm not sure if I want to use it for fertilizing fields or just grab manure, maybe put down a BGA. I don't know if I want to go that route or just sell it. Now, let me just make sure we are on 249 bales. We are. Alright. And start picking up the straw. Oh wow, these bales are going to be flipping huge. How many liters are in these things? I am noticing though the T8 is struggling a bit with the baler going uphill. Oh wow, these things are going to be... I don't think it's... I think the issue is the amount of weight we're probably hauling in the baler. We're up to 30,000 liters. So it looks like the bales are going to be almost 100,000 liters per bale. I mean, that is kind of great thing in a way if you got like a lot of straw you got to deal with. I was not expecting. Am I even going to get a bale out of this? I don't have enough straw. We may have to wait another month to get some more straw so I can find out if these bales will auto-load onto the trailer. And I may have to downsize these things. I'm all for less bales, but I was not expecting a bale to have 90,000 liters into it. I mean, the good thing is also I'm seeing is the pickup on the balers seems to be pretty good for, because we have a 60-foot wide header, so that's a lot of straw that was coming out of the back of our harvester. So the swaths are pretty big, and we picked up most of it. I don't think the chickens are going to require that much straw. So like this one bale probably be good for a lot of chickens. But so much for getting the manure production up and going. Like I said, the manure production is not that big of a deal. We're just giving it a go just because it's part of the Animal Enhanced mod. Yeah, so we got 60,000 liters so far as a bale, and we're 75% full. Yeah, I can't unload because it's not a full bale. So we're going to have to wait until we get more straw, which we will next month. August will be here, and that wheat will be ready. The sorghum, I think that's the only two fields that we planted wheat and barley, right? So the sorghum won't be ready until the fall. Yeah, the sorghum should be ready to the fall, and that soybean, that won't be ready to the fall either. And let's turn that off there, I guess. Now, the one thing I need to do in that field, and I'm going to do it now, before I forget about it, is that field needs to be plowed. Because last year, when I created that field, it was with a cultivator. Now, let me just drop this off over here. So the one thing about keeping the John Deere around is because I can put narrow tires on this to do weed spraying when needed. I don't think the T8 can take narrow tires if I remember correctly. There's probably modded ones out there that can, but as for the base game, I don't think it can. So if I go in this field, it's going to say needs to be plowed. Weeds are growing, which we don't care. And rolling, we don't care. Yeah, I did not spread this with lime last year either because we didn't have the means to do so. So let's go ahead and put that down, and we'll quickly plow this field up. So a lot has changed here for us at Oceanside Forest the last 2 episodes. I think I've spent $2 million. You know, we didn't have a combine at the beginning of last episode, but now here we are. We've harvested our first field. We got 8 chickens to start with. And when September rolls around, we could have near 100 chickens. Now in the beginning, I'll try to keep up in like selling the roosters, just to kind of keep it more realistic in a sense. But I think in Farming Simulator 22, I haven't had a chance to really test this. But I think in 19, it was true that roosters produce eggs as well. So it's not going to matter too much if I get too many roosters in there. But the chicken farm process is underway. I was going to say it started, but we technically started since day one, since we got here, you know, getting ready for the chickens. Actually, I think I said I was going to trade in the John Deere for the Deutz, now that I think about it. Kind of forgot about that. So when we get the money, we'll trade in the John Deere for the Deutz. Yeah, I think I was going to go with the T8 on American Falls, but I think on that series there, I may just randomly maybe let you guys pick what kind of tractors to use on that once we get the money in that series. I think what I will do just to get it somewhat started is we'll go on down to the store, we'll buy a bale of straw, and we'll put that into the chicken barn, chicken coop. Alright, this field is ready for the next planting. And actually, let's go ahead and grab the Deutz. We'll use all of our equipment today. The good old Speed Demon Deutz. Actually, instead of bringing the baling trailer down, because I want to use this. Ooh. Yeah, I started thinking I wanted to use this to lift up the bales, but if those bales are going to be like 90,000 liters, can a front loader even pick them up, or are they modded to be light? Well, let's go ahead and we'll get the front loader for this anyways, and we'll go ahead and do that. That is what we need right there. It's only $2,500. I think the color we went with is the dark green. And now we just need, oops, I got to go to front loader tools. And of course, bale spikes, you know, you should be using that, but we're going to go with pallet forks because they always seem to work better. All right, down to just under $6,000. Perfect. But you know me, I'm going to cut down a whole bunch of trees in between episodes, sticking to the sawmill. And by August, we'll have a couple $100,000 in the bank account. Then I'll probably swap out the John Deere for the Deutz. I think a 7 series. And then we can start saving up the money and start putting down the sheds, which don't cost that much, so that probably won't be long before we can start putting down more sheds. And as I always promise, we'll come down here at some point. And we'll have to spice up the log cabin area around it, do some landscaping. I might do that in between episodes at some point. I did that on Hinterland, and most people said, yeah, they'd rather just see the beginning and ending of it rather than me doing all the landscaping around it. Wonder if I'll need a weight on this Deutz. Alright, and then let's go into here, bales, and so it doesn't tell me how many liters I'm getting in the bale. Well, we'll just go with this one right here. Okay, that's 9,000 liters, that's fine. Yeah, one will be fine. Yeah, she's fine. She's good. No weights needed. I mean, we only got 8 chickens, so 9,000 liters of straw. I mean, that's more than 1,000 liters per chicken. Now, I don't know how much manure I expect to get from chickens. I don't know what it's based on. But we'll find out in the long run. I am going to look into the ducklings, though. I was not expecting the ducklings to show up. Because I don't remember that popping up when I was testing this map and had that on here. I don't remember seeing the ducklings appear. Well, they can have all the great demands at the shipment port they want. We do not sell there. So the straw bales need to go in the backside of the chicken coop. And at some point, I will hand plant some saplings around here. But I just got to keep in mind, that side in the front, that's where the eggs will be picked up. We're going to auto-load them through the wall. It's a little tricky getting in here. Well, that Deutz just barely fits in. And you can see the straw being accepted. And there we go. Their health is already up to 30%, which is great. Let's go ahead and shut that door. If you want to, you can always walk into this door. Although I may have to crouch to get back out. Nope, we got back out. We are good. Yeah, so now I gotta wait until we can actually create a bale with the baler to see if the mod adjusted for the extra weight. Let's go ahead and park that right here. I don't expect any eggs yet. I mean, maybe? No? Nothing yet? I mean, their health is only at 30%. But by the time we wake up in the morning, they shall be. But what I need to do is come on over to here and start working my way kind of like up the road, because you can see it's relatively flat-ish up through there. And then over here, yeah, the slope does start to go up, but it doesn't seem that bad. But then until I cut the trees down, and maybe, you know, kind of hard to tell. I mean, I didn't think the slope was that bad behind the chicken farm area, but that, yeah, see, it doesn't look that bad here. But over there, that slope starts to look kind of a little bit steeper. the grade looks a little bit steeper. So I'm going to focus on just going that way for now. And yeah, we'll be definitely planting some wheat in this field in the fall time. Down to $5,000, huh? Well, one way to fix that. And that is to mow down some of these bad boys. I did actually go on to the XML file for the map to see if in the description it does say how many trees are on the map, and I did not see anywhere where it said how many trees were here. I've got to get back into my rhythm again. There we go. Usually the first 5, it takes me a second or two to get the blade right to cut down the trees, and after that I mow them down pretty quick. I usually cut down about 30 or 40, then I bring the truck over and get the logs out of here. That way I'm not driving over them and it doesn't get as messy. But as we do know now, 100 trees gets us basically $1 million. Which seems to be an easy round number to keep in mind, but I'm pretty sure I'll forget in the future. So I'm just trying to, I mean, really by the end of the year, which would be scary to think about, we could have 1,000 chickens, starting with just the 8. When I originally read the enhanced animal mod, I thought it was you can get more than one. So I was thinking, okay, what, 2 or 3? I did not know with chickens it'd be 9 or up to 13. Now there's other interesting things that we can do with the enhanced animal mod, but I'm going to try to simplify it just a little bit for us here on the series. But there's like a veterinary thing that you can do. I think that forces reproduction, but with chickens, I don't think it's worth it because chickens reproduce every 2 months anyways. But with something like cows, it can come in handy. So I think you can hire a veterinarian to come on in and force reproduction, but the reproduction fails. So say like the cow's like at 60% in reproduction stage. If you force reproduction with a veterinary, it resets back to 0. A lot of stuff there I was reading like, okay, I'm not doing cows and all that. Actually, does it show it when I'm in the animal HUD? Has no birth yet. Yeah, because everything's just going to be starting here. Oh, veterinary reproduction. There it is right there. Restrict automatic reproduction. Allow overcrowding. So we should be able to allow overcrowding. Not too bad of the thing. Restrict automatic reproduction. Allow automatic reproduction. I think we'll leave it there. And yeah, I don't think on chickens, maybe on chickens we can't, well, maybe we can't force it because they got to be at a certain percentage, I think, before you can force it. But we'll have a look at that another time. Let's get myself a few trees cut here. So if the baler, I mean, the bales are going to be huge. We understand that. I'm not going to have that many bales, so definitely I do hope that those will go into like the sheds from Omatana that we use on Hinterland. We're not going to have that many, so that's a good thing. So one shed should be more than enough. I mean, if I put 250 bales in there at 90,000 liters apiece, that's a lot of straw. Now, the one thing I haven't put down yet is because I don't have the money, is the manure pit. So I think I need like 25,000. But I would like to see, I'd like to get it like in between 4 of them, 4 chicken pens. So it's in range of 4 of them, so it just all gets stacked into one. And as chickens, like I said, how much manure can chickens produce? Even at 2,000 chickens, it shouldn't produce an extreme amount of manure, but I don't know how it's based on. And who knows, we may get into the ducks if it allows me. I'll have to do a little bit of testing on that, because I did not see that before. So I don't know if you put, if ducks are just a replacement of chickens. If so, then we'll have to start a pen of ducks. So I mean, I'm pretty sure they'll just lay eggs as well. And I'm going to assume the only thing they changed on that mod would be, you know, just change the chicken to a duck. Everything else would be the same. The feed would be the same. Eggs would be the same, and it probably goes in the same type of pen. Something else for me to try to test. I need like 36 hours in a day. That's what I need right now. Alright, so I'm going to park this here for now. That's good enough for work today, I think. At least during the episode. Like I said, I'll try to get some more work done. No, I will get some work done because we need some money to be able to advance. But yeah, next time we'll be harvesting the wheat. And hopefully that will produce enough straw, which it should, so we can see how these bales perform. Do they weigh a lot where Dwights can't pick them up? Do they go on the autoloader? And so on and so forth. But we got to use the combine today. We bought a whole lot of stuff. And of course, the main thing, I'm out of room for the firewood. All right, so I may need a shed for that as well. That's not that big of a deal. But we got our first chicken coop over here. And the chicken's health is going on up. And by the time August rolls around, we should have some eggs spawning here. Eggs sell good in November, correct? If I remember correctly, I think eggs are November, because we're doing that on Goldcrest as well. Yes, and that's not the price we're going by, because I can't see. But I'm guessing... Yeah, the shipment port is offering a lot of money compared to Billy. So, and we can't put this on auto sell anyways, because this is not a production building. This is just a husbandry. So unlike the production buildings we can put on direct sell, you can't do that on animal buildings, which is fine. It's all good. We'll have to sell them manually anyways. But yeah, we'll be auto loading them through this wall, the magic wall, and we'll be doing that quite often. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I think the manure hut would have to go like somewhere like right about here. And I can pick up 4 husbandries at a time, I think. That's my plan. Alright, yeah. The chicken farm is running. We got 8 chickens. On our way to 10,000. And I think it's going to be quicker than originally thought. Question is, we have the food to do so. I think so. I think we'll be fine. If not, we'll sell them. One step at a time, and we'll see how it goes. But that's going to do it for today, guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy the episode. I do appreciate you watching. As always, I'll catch you again right here in Oceanside Forest. But until then, have a good one.